great conversation, working with our clients, how you guys are working with one another. And I tell you, we got a big year ahead of us. And I know we can achieve doubling and tripling what we did this year. So I'm looking forward. So I'm looking forward, you know, to a great year next year, okay? And all to the new guys that just came aboard, Mr. Applewhite, Mr. Dart, Mr. Pike, you know, we got big things in store next year, so let's get ready.
All right.
Anybody else?
Ron,
Ron,
yeah,
say something. Come on,
Ron.
Ron.
What?
Say something.
Say something? Okay, something.
Hey, Ron, is the party on or is it canceled?
I don't even want to get into that. There is something I want
Wait a
to say.
minute, that cancellation email? That was
First and foremost, I did not cancel it. I moved it to a different calendar. And it canceled it off the first calendar and put it on the other one.
Let's send it to everybody.
And sent it to everybody, which I have no idea why. Oh, actually, I do.
That's all right. Go ahead,
I do it why. Okay. For a lot of you, you don't really know who I am because I'm not involved in things day to day. But a lot of what you've done is with crazy ideas that Charles and I had a long time ago, and a lot of what you're implementing is some horrible mathematics and stuff that I did for Charles and for Caleb years ago. And some of the ideas that are still rattling around in my head about that math, about how to pull things together are still in there. And we still haven't done it yet. Charles mentioned that earlier. I don't know when Charles is going to call me down to figure those out, but
next week.
So a lot of the I don't know, intelligence, if you want to call that the right word, but it's not. But a lot of that stuff back behind what COPS is stuff that Charles asked me questions that my weird mind could answer, because my mind does things that I don't understand. And one of them was to understand what you said and come up with the actual. And by the way, a lot of the stuff you don't realize are triple integrals and other nasty things that you learned in college that you don't want to remember that you did, but they are. And a lot of them are other horrible things that you don't want to know about that actually gets you the data. So your clients are not getting just a bunch of stuff thrown together by a bunch of guys who didn't know what they were talking about. Charles asked the right questions. I got lucky, and I understood the math. So if anyone ever asks you, like, where did this stuff come from, you can tell them that it didn't just come from somebody's pull it out of the sky or out of their ear. It really did come from some very serious mathematical analysis at a very high level. It wasn't just junk. I thank him for asking me, because I would never have thought of it if he hadn't asked me the questions.
Well, I have to say all the time that this stuff isn't rocket science. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to do it, but it took a rocket scientist to create it, which is Ron. Here. Thank you, Ron.
It just kind of reminds me of that movie, The Beautiful Mind.
My wife said that. She come home and that stuff all on the paper.
Yeah.
Should laugh.
Except for like not mentally disabled, but
Caleb, want to say anything?
I'm good, y'all. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah. Let's get ready for next year. Looking forward to next year. Right.
How about hearing from the wife?
No, that's not.
No. Merry Christmas, everyone, and thank you so much for supporting Charles and all, and Ron and Neil. I forgot your name.
You are not allowed to have.
But no, thank you so much. We're working so hard for KEDARit. I know Charles and his team couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much. And my hope and my prayers are that next year will be a bigger blessing than this year. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
just starting, right?
Yeah.
So, Judy?
Well, I just want to thank everybody who've been supporting both Charles and my husband, and I'm really happy to have been a part of all of this. Thank you so much.
Sunny Scarlet.
They always Phyllis, I know you're new to the group, but come on.
I am, but,
Bring the water.
but I just want to say, thank you for having my husband join the team. I've always thought of him as one that, I've admired him from the day I've met him, and I always thought he was a smart guy. I know he's with a great team and a great company. I know you guys are gonna go far. I know we all will. And I pray, just like Maria said, that we're gonna just, everything's gonna be higher and higher for next year. So just keep the focus, keep the faith, and everybody's gonna excel. The company, everybody. So just thank you, and thank you for being behind him while he was ill. I really appreciate that.
I just want to thank you and Neil for the great leadership that you provide for the company. You set a great example, and you set the bar high. We appreciate that. So thank you for all that you do.
Thank you.
You won. You put the whole skin Bobby
And she went down and whipped the chef together. That takes
my line.
My partner, Shelton, my CFO, and my financial conscious.
I like that.
Well, before he stole my line, I was going to thank Bobby for opening up the can of whoop ass with that staff back there to get it started. I also would like to thank the math whiz for getting a new word, which is triple integral. So next time a client asks me, like, how'd you get that answer? It's like, it's triple integral. It's like their head explodes then.
My
barometer of how well the company is doing is how many times Caleb creates some sort of film and puts it on the internet. And that's been on low lately. She must be very busy and low right now.
So this is our legal this legal side of it. This is our
And a prolific Facebooker.
And our financial wizard over here.
Right, I just want to say hello and greetings to everyone. Some of you I've met before. Some of you I'm more familiar with your names and faces. But it's
You see all they checks.
Yeah, sure do. And but one of the things I want to say, I want to really thank Charles. I used to live here in Keller, Texas, and Charles hooked up through a friend Dexter Marks. Many of you may have interacted or know Dexter. And I've worked with Charles through a lot of iterations of the business model that have come about. And one of the things that I could say about Charles, just like I introduced Charles to John Applewhite and to John Darden, who's come down. And Charles is an honest broker. He's a good man. And Neil, I met Neil just a few years ago, and the two of them just gel so well together. So you guys have a very good leadership team. And I just met Charles McFarland. We've had discussions over the phone. One of the things that I would encourage each and every one of you to do in your daily lives, and one of the things that has worked for me, and I know we come from a lot of different, but whatever spiritual power you tap into, is to take that and use that as a guide, because it has been really a great source for me over the coming years, and great source for us. I mean, we prayed before.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. And we have seen things come. I mean, you know, the faith that we have had. You know, we've stretched out on a lot of faith and had a lot of risks, had a lot of ups and downs. But who we serve is very great. And this holiday is about that gift that he's given us and what it's all about. And I am so happy to see that this is a family of believers in what we do, and a family of people that could get together, have fun, and believe in what we're going to do in the future, because the future is great for each and every one of you. So carry with you this abounding love that we have for one another. It will
really help the organization as we go forward. The respect that we carry for each and every one of us, that is such an important part in building the organization. And as we move forward into the new years, let me tell you, the blessing and what will come before you will unfold before your eyes, and it'll be as clear as day. So I appreciate every last one of you, and thank you, Charles. Thank you to your lovely wife too, because many times, and your daughter, because many times we've stayed in great accommodations. And I mean, every time I've come down, it's been a class act. Neil, we have conversations almost every week. I just, when I don't hear from him, you know, I'll just pick up the phone just to say hello. And sometimes we just do that just to keep in contact. So it's not all about business. It's all about liking the people you work with. And I wish all of you a great holiday, and hopefully you can pass this on to your families as well on my behalf. Thank
Mayor, come on and say something.
I'm
You've been with us,
good.
One of the old statesmen with us.
Okay, I'm very, very lucky to find Charles and start working with Charles and Caleb. When I started, it was just 3 of us. So I never knew. Now there's so many faces, like how we grew in 2 years. It's incredible. Like, so I'm very lucky. And when first I started, I never imagined, like, I was a contractor working part-time, and I did not imagine I'm gonna be here like 2 years. In 2 years, like that was like just step up while I look for full-time job, and this is my full-time job now.
Awesome.
So, and it's awesome to work with all of you, like, and I have learned so much here, so it's awesome. Really.
It's
good, man.
One thing that I want to say in part, and that we truly believe in this company, and I think it's important for everyone to take with them, is that what is KEDARit? KEDARit is a management consulting company. We are in the business of thought leadership. So as we take our clients through whatever they're dealing with, we take them through with thought and with some strategy. So it's very critical for every one of us who is involved in KEDARit to be knowledgeable about thought leadership and read and expand your universe, right? It's very critical in our business to be really in touch with the pulse of things that are going on in the IT world. And you know, I don't know about everybody, but Charles has gotten us onto this Google alert stuff, and it's a pain in the you know what.
Everybody gets those. That's what we
and he didn't add, but some of it is really, you know, they're really nuggets about, you know, some of the things, and he always says this, and it's true, you know, it's an old country saying, as he said, you know, you eat the fish and spit out the bones. If you take those Google alerts, and at times when I'm there at night and I have nothing to do, I kind of peruse through some of them, and some of them have some very valuable information for you on the topics that we sell and we profess. So you know, while it's funny, you might take a minute or two to read some of those things, because it might enrich your mind, because that's the business that we're in, right? So, you know, again, we thank everyone here for being part of what we believe has been a great success. And we really look forward to 2012, to a highly successful 2012. But it'll take every one of us in here to double and triple their efforts to make us successful. And, you know, we're looking forward to the ride. We really are. All right? The new guys, we really appreciate your having the confidence to come down here, and I hope you've enjoyed the week. I hope that you'll stay with us and you'll be back with us next year, and it will be, you know, the room size will be, we'll remove these doors and we'll have double the size of the room. But we all have to do it together. Really.
More gray hair.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are you trying to say something, or are you saying something?
Just double the dribble.
Double the dribbling the bread.
Oh, that last part.
Yeah.